Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Thadius Griim, and today I'm bringing you a Tychus video in Heroes of the Storm.
It's about damn time.
So this go around we're going to be looking at a build that was created by Force, which he called a tanky assassin build that's going to focus around extra sustain in combat while still being able to deal massive damage to the enemy team. For the first talent that we're going to pick, it'll be Regeneration Master. For every globe that we pick up, it's going to increase our health generation. So that way we'll be able to basically go out of combat for just a small amount of time late game and be able to hop right back in there without having to go all the way back to the Nexus. It's going to be very valuable, especially for a character like Tychus who can whittle down people's health bar, but at the same time can't take a whole lot of punishment himself. Now I believe this talent was changed recently with the patch that brought in artifacts. So there's a team fight going on down here, but he used to increase your overall health if I'm not mistaken. But with the artifacts patch, they changed it to help HP regen. Okay. Everybody else is backing off. We're gonna have to do the same. Definitely get out of there. We lost our Zero tool. Have to be a little careful. The thing with Tychus is you can go down quicker than you can actually realize it, so well, oh, there goes our Illidan. We definitely don't want to die ourselves. Knock her back with our bomb and go ahead and guarantee us that kill. That wasn't a bad engagement, actually. I mean, we lost two, they lost a couple. Not quite sure how many they lost exactly. Okay, actually came out pretty evenly. Keep that Malfurion from backing, save us a little bit of time. You know, keep him out of lane just a little bit longer, so their team's going to lose that experience. And what we're just going to do right now is kind of wait for something to happen. I don't like sitting idle for too long, but okay, we're gonna help these guys take this mercenary camp to push the top lane for us. The enemy team already got their side going, which I believe was Siege Giants as well. This will give us a little bit of experience, help us out in lane for sure, and give us a regeneration globe. Brightwing wants to go into the enemy territory and work on a mercenary camp. That's a little risky, especially because I don't know where any of them are at. But with this, with the mines coming up soon, she missed her hook. But, there's the enemy team, along with a Zeratul. We'll definitely punish him just a bit. I'm not going to go in there and chase him. I'll go ahead and tell you, it's not wise to chase. It's hardly ever worth it. More times than not. With this next talent, we're going to pick Vampiric Assault. Our basic attacks are going to heal us. And with Tychus having one of the fastest attack speeds in the game, this is going to be very valuable. And it's going to play in well later on in the game when we increase our basic attack speed even more. And that's going to play into that sustain that I was talking about earlier. And that's the whole goal of this build, is to stay in combat longer, and if you have to get out, hopefully you don't have to get out for too long. Enemy team's right behind us, so we need to be very careful. I don't know how many that was. All I saw was one, but that doesn't mean squat. Okay, we're going to try and pick off this Illidan as quick as possible. Definitely going to do. I like to use Tychus' bombs as a secure for a kill rather than a control technique. Okay, picked off two of them. I believe I'm guessing that's all they had down here. And if that's the case, we're going to be uncontested, especially going after this Grave Golem. So when we have his attention, that'll keep him away from the rest of our team. Well, it did until he decided to switch his focus to Illidan. And I use my bombs freely on this on mercenaries because, especially the boss ones like this, your bomb's not going to push them back to where you can't hit them or your allies can't hit them any longer. So we're just going to collect a few more skulls. It looks like the enemy team's not really taking advantage of this by picking up other mercenary camps, which usually you'll see them do, especially more seasoned players. If they don't have a lot of people committing to this mine down here, they'll go up there and capture all of the mercenary camps that are available. And that might be one thing, that there just aren't any available camps. Oh. See if we can't back them off. Okay, mount up. Looks like Illidan's gonna come in here and help out. Maybe we can pick off this Malfurion quickly. Which we did. That means Zeratul might be able to fall relatively quickly also. I thought that Tassadar was still backing. Well, he stopped a little early. Oh yeah. This is gonna be good. That was a mistake on their part. Got a double kill for the team. 8-4. Here, alright, rapid fire. Increase sustained attack speed. And this is just gonna make Tychus's fast attack speed even quicker. I mean, it's gonna be, after a while, once you hit about level 15, 16, you're really going to see a difference. We're gonna defend this top lane as best as we can from this golem. Ah, man, I got captured by his roots. Which, it not only does it freeze you in place, but it does damage over time. I even got stunned by him. That's... Okay, team's engaging. We're gonna... Well, didn't really do anything right there. That's fine, though. Okay, Brightwing wants to take mercenary camps, which that's fine. Brightwing can go ahead. You guys go. I've got this. No problem. No sweat. Let's mount up. While they're finishing that off, I'm going to initiate this Siege Giant camp. Alright, for now, our ultimate is actually going to play and sustain... what was I going to say? It's going to play into our survivability. That's what I was looking for. But, basically, by activating the Odin ability, Tychus gains a second health bar. They're going to have to kill the Odin before they kill you, or wait for it to wear off, but the Odin does so much damage, it's going to be hard to just take it down. And we are just getting kills left and right. So it's, to me, it's the superior ultimate, especially if you're looking into surviving and dealing out bonus damage. And I mean, that's what this build's all about, is doing as much damage as you possibly can, all while being able to stay right there in combat. And this game's going very well for us. I'll be honest with you, this is about my 5th game so far today, and it's the only one that's gone well. Every other game that I've played today has been an embarrassing, humiliating loss. In fact, I might even make a compilations of just matches that I've lost because they've been so bad. And I mean, I'm talking about, I've made colossal errors. Illidan, I don't know why he jumped in like that. Well, we were going to get a bomb off on him, but it didn't really matter. The team had him either way. Throw the bomb on the fort. Okay, we're going to do Lead Rain. Our ability Overkill is going to slow down enemy players. And that's going to play in just a little bit later on as well. We're going to get Execute. And whenever someone is slowed or stunned or anything like that, they're considered, I think, I'm going to say crippled. I think that's the word they use, but I'm not entirely sure. But what Overkill is going to do is increase our damage against crippled enemy units. And so that's just going to play even more into that assassin role that we're going to be filling. And that's what I love so much about Tychus, is that he can play 2 roles at once as long as you put your traits in the right, or if you pick the right traits. So we're just down here collecting skulls. We've pretty much gathered them all, and somebody just asked if the enemy team's given up, and honestly... I'm not going to say they gave up, but they certainly aren't putting their best effort into it. I mean, hands down. But, I'll even say this. If you're playing in a game and everything's going bad, the worst thing you can start doing is arguing, because that's just going to cripple the team's morale. And just like every other thing in life that deals with some kind of combat, when morale falls, everything goes right with it. And one thing that I always try to do, even when I played League of Legends, is when people started arguing and weren't getting along, I always tried to kind of be a mediator, or like the voice of reason, and that, you know, there's always a comeback. As long as your team's still alive and they're not knocking at your core's door, there's always a possibility. I mean, because I've came through wins in this game where our core was down to about 20-30 health, but the enemy team got over cocky and wiped, and we were able to push their base and win the game. It's not impossible. So that's one thing I really hate about MOBAs is, and this is actually any MOBA in general, people tend to get very mad. Very, very mad. Very quickly as well. There's Executioner, by the way. Disable targets. We're going to deal extra damage against them, which will happen with our overload now. But anyway, I'm not going to be the guy that says, oh, it's just a game, yada yada, but, you know, let's have fun, you know? I mean, yeah, it's frustrating when you lose. I'm not going to argue against that. It's very frustrating when you don't come out on top. But, you know, harassing your teammates and insulting them, it's not going to get you anywhere. To me, I prefer, if we're losing, it's a lot more tolerable when your team is like, you know, nice try, good game, etc., etc. But that's the build, guys. I know we didn't cover all of the traits, but it pretty much follows that path. The next one I would have told you to go with is, I forget what it's called, but it chains your attacks to other enemies and it spreads your damage out even further. But I hope you enjoyed the video of our look at the tanky assassin build from Tychus, brought to you by Force. If you like what you see, do whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I will. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.